let me tell you what we're trying to do. So this is the project that, as Kate mentioned, aims to unlock large web archives. In simple terms, we want to use large archives of web data and use this data in order to understand the types of economic activities as they evolve over space and time. So, in essence, we are very much interested, and we have been very much interested in working the last few months towards developing such computational tools in order to access these data. That is the main objective, that has been the main objective of this project, and why we're interested in accessing these data, because these are very rich textual data from business websites that we then want to utilize in order to develop models to understand very detailed, very nuanced typologies of economic activities. Why do we want to do that? Because we have a very old system in place in order to understand typologies of economic activities. To be more specific, what we use nowadays is called Standard Industrial Classifications, SIC. So it's a system of hierarchical codes that was developed in 2007. This is a rigid and hierarchical system that does not allow us to capture new and evolving economic activities, like fintech, for example. So what we want to do is use such flexible textual data to develop such models. And this is the main output of our project. It is much more exciting than it looks like. So what we did was to build tools to access data from the Common Crawl. The Common Crawl is a very large archive of websites. It crawls the whole internet and produces huge data dumps of hundreds of terabytes every 2 months. And what we did was to build tools to access these data, filter the websites that are under the UK's commercial domain name. So we created a list with all the .co.uk websites that represent commercial activities in the UK. We are also able to geolocate these websites by finding postcodes within the web text. So we have commercial activities in the UK and their location. This was a pain. It's like searching for a needle in the haystack because we're talking about hundreds of terabytes. This will become more complicated in the future because we want to utilize the frequently updated data. So these data come every couple of months, and we want to incorporate this temporal dimension to build a system which will continuously capture new and evolving economic activities. So the next steps of our project is to develop what we call an atlas of economic activities in the UK, and we're now working on a larger proposal which will help us, do this type of work. And this is also linked to an enterprise idea. I'm part of, together with Laszlo, of this new cohort of university enterprise fellows, and I'm working towards a spin-off based on this idea. The reason why is that because there is no other data available that can help local authorities and other organizations to capture economic activities at a very detailed level. And last but not least, I want to thank my collaborators on this project, Ray Zhu, which is he's in the room, and Giulia Ozzini, who couldn't be here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Emmanouil. Yeah, any questions for Emmanouil? Somebody must have a question. Yeah,
Sorry, maybe something I've missed. Who are going to be the main users of these? For example, can it be used by policymakers to sort of invest in certain areas if they think they have potential to improve this socio-economic.
Exactly. So for the time being, the main users are us. So this was, if you prefer, a proof of concept that we can extract this data. So we built the infrastructure to extract this data. But the idea is exactly what you described. The idea is to develop a system that can provide analytics and insights for policymakers, like the ones you mentioned, like local authorities who are interested in cluster development, economic clusters, but also for other researchers who are interested in doing business or economic geography type of work.
Any other questions? I just had one. I mean, I wonder, this looks like a kind of project that you might be able to find some MSc data science projects to nest into it. I don't know if you'd be open to that.
So MSc meaning...
yeah, so we're always looking for MSc data science with 150 students a year.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is... we have already another proof of concept in terms of the modeling. So we have published, a work focusing on a specific neighborhood in London, and we did this type of analysis using backward-looking data. So the idea is to build a system which continuously monitoring things over time.
Oh, that's amazing. Any other questions? No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.